You can bring your toes back just a little bit.
My toes?
Yep. All right, then there, good. So, go ahead and pull out. Drive the heels down, down more, ribs up, ribs up, ribs up, there, go. There you go.
I just want to get the bar off me. I just want to get the bar off me.
245.
I think 95 pounds, that would be the tightest I've ever been.
The one amazing thing, the biggest takeaway from here is like,
Good.
I realized I've never treated.
Bring it back in, bring it back in. This time here, you see how this is against that J cut? Right. So get your feet set, right? So they're pushing in the ground, pushing the toes forward. Push back toward me so the skin stretches. Now, before you pull it out, I just want you to do like a little bit of a pullover isometrically into this cup. Not super hard.
Okay.
Right, but just relax them a second over here. Okay, get your arms in position where they're gonna be. You know, okay, now don't pull it yet. Now just act like you don't see how your lats just contracted?
Yep.
That's where you want before you take it out.
Okay.
Right, so you're gonna have that contraction, then you're gonna try to strip it out this way instead of there. Good, now your lats will be set, so I can't move that. Okay, now ribs up, good. Up, good. Up, there you go, good.
I'm gonna teach you how to rack your wrist too.
Yeah.
So I start like around the crease here of your wrist.
Yep.
A little tight. And go up the line.
Okay.
Go up again, line. So now your wrist is actually
Good,
has some
hold,
support.
hold,
You got
belly
some
up,
wrist
belly
like
up,
I do.
belly up, more, there, go. Up. Up,
As tight as you can get
there
it.
you go.
I'll show you when I get my shirt too with my long ones.
okay.
Yeah. My long ones, they're like that almost to my elbow.
I benched and some long ones.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't have like small ones that are good. That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, they're
also a
great.
pain in the ass at the same time.
Good. Higher, higher. All right. We're gonna get the bar over your forearm. All right. You're back here.
Am I? Okay.
I think, does that rack feel too low? Can it go down? Where does it?
That feels pretty good. I mean, if you're gonna be unracking it,
Well, I'll lift it off to you,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to figure out because you shouldn't be doing that with your experience. It's that far back.
yeah.
Yeah, so you see how the bar's behind his forearm, right? We want it stacked over the forearm. There you go, that's better.
And when I get in the shirt, I'd have to go lower.
All right, I know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to take your knuckles, like you're trying to punch the ceiling here
Okay.
with this, not this, right? This is what's leading right now, here. Actually, this is what's leading. Try to lead here.
Okay.
Right, so you're gonna take it out and like you're just trying to punch a hole in the ceiling.
Okay.
Up, 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 up. Okay, up. Hold, hold. You gotta be tighter. Hold, there. All right, good. Up, good.
So coming, so being tighter out of the top.
Yes.
Is that where?
You walk in tight.
Is that where you want to like spread the bar more?
I'll try to spread it before you even unrack it.
You can spread the bar. You can think about squeezing your pinkies. I mean, there's a lot of different things to accomplish at the
Just
same
whatever,
time.
as long as
Yeah.
I try to think about just
Bending it.
bending it. Yeah.
Like you're rowing it.
Is that what?
No, for real. Like
Feet, ribs, ribs, ribs. Ready? Up. Hold.
How's this gonna brace?
Hold, bring it back in. All right. Okay, come back closer to me. Right, a little bit more to me. All right. Now, what I want you to do is pull your body up off the bench, like a little bit of a pull up. No, your upper body. Now put your shoulder blades together, and when you're in the air. No, when you're in the air. Then come back down on your traps. Actually, put your feet on the end of the bench.
Okay.
Go into an arch position as high as you can. Feel all that pressure right there? Mm-hmm. All right, put your feet back down again. Get your feet set. Now, I want you to find that same pressure in your upper back that you just did. So shoulder blades together tight, right? Drive with the feet.
Yep.
Ready? Up, hold, hold, hold. There you go. Good. Down. Up. Nice.
You get tired.
Back toward me more.
like the whole system.
So you're gonna set up there with your head off the bench, then get set up. Yep. Then. There you go. My bad. There. Up. Hold. Hold. Good. Up. Good. That's gonna make your setup easier because before you're way down on the bench, because you arch, then you gotta go all the way through here.
Well, I think my bench at home's like probably this much longer. Because it's adjustable, so I would see the seat at the very ends probably add more.
Did you already do this one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Go tight. Up there. Tight. Good. Hold. 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 Good. Go. Up. Good. I'll give you all a little lift-off tutorial. I'm pretty sure he knows because I know the people that he's trained with. Always keep the bar against the front end. You know, when somebody's getting underneath there, because if it rolls back here, then it's a pain in the ass because they're setting themselves up based upon where the bar is. So the bar will roll back and then I stay out of the way. That way my dick's not in their face, you know, while they're getting set up. And then I'll stand up, again, making sure I'm not sweating in their face. I don't have a string from my shorts in their face. Sometimes I'll even tuck the shirt so the shirt's not fucking waving in front of their face.
See her.
Yeah, just to get it out of there. And then let them do most of it. Just help all you need to help. Then when you go to let go, you slowly let it off. Because nothing's worse when you're a lifter and they give you a lift off and it's like, boom. You know, it's like, oh God, you want to punch him in the face. Pack your shoulders more.
And by that, you just
Together, right? Just together as hard as
not
you
so
can.
much down.
Yeah, go ahead and lay down real quick. I'll have you do the same thing he did. So just grab the bar. Put your feet on the bench. No, on it. Push yourself way up. Way up, way up, way up. Now pull your shoulder blades together. Feel all that tension. That's where I want you to find the tension when you put your feet down.
Okay.
So the upper back, you know, shoulder blades together, all in the upper back drop.
Okay.
If you need to let go and sit back down and reset, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Squeeze your pinkies hard. Up, squeeze pinkies hard, hard. Good, there. Up, good, yeah. Yeah, better on your shoulders.
Yeah.
I think you're not staying tight enough here at the top, and that's what's getting the shoulders, because you got any of that movement, right? You're just gonna have to pick it up. If that's all packed and tight, it should be all right.
Yeah.
Wait, that's way out.
Would that be like a good hand position, play a role in that? Wider, closer? No.
Making sure you're tight in the upper back. Hold, good. Bring the chest up as you go down. Ribs up, ribs. Good. Again, we're falling into that whole upper back, you know what I'm saying?
How many? 5?
Should be 295.
There's something too.
245.
Yeah.
So 5?
Back and pull it up. No, the top, so like the topper? Yeah. Thank you.
Up, hold. Good.
It's like trying to get like a finger underneath that thing.
Press. Good.
I didn't know if I was just coming back up or waiting on him. What do you want?
Give me 8. 445.
Where do you think you're kind of good at right now?
This is the first time I've been sure in a while, so I don't know. That 4 felt pretty light.
You good at First time?
Yeah.
It's hard to find
Unless there's something you want to do different with the shirt, I just pulled it down a little bit more.
I think I got it too well. I think that's my issue.
What's your best single ply bench in shirt?
475. With minimal adjustments.
Hold on, let me see. Stand back up. Just hold down. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2.
Hold there. Hold.
Shit.
Hold. There, you got it. Good. Belly. Up. Go. Good. You hijacked the shirt too much for where your strength is right now.
Maybe.
That's good.
Let your hand roll.
Huh?
I said, so when he said that come out, I watched you go like this. You cocked your hands back forward like you brought the weight back in position with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't take the rack height up. That's why I had him hold. See, I had him hold it longer and
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
and longer and longer.
Yeah, to make
Because
those
there's something I knew was wrong from there to start, so you gotta let it settle before you go,
Okay.
right? Middle, middle, middle. Big air. Good. Up, hold, hold, hold. There. Up. Good.
You had
Hold, hold, hold. Good. Nice. Go lay back down there for a minute. Okay. Because you train kids, so they're not gonna know how to get tight, so just lay down.
Yep.
If you take a broomstick or something and just have them hold it, get in the bench position like you're supposed to. Right, so where I'll start with them, right? Because now you know how to get tight, right? They're not gonna know how to. If I just say, don't let me push this way, don't let me push this way, see what's going on there, don't let me move you this way, don't let me move you that way. So I'll start there, just for them to learn how to keep the lats tight, right? And then once they can do that, you can just start basically like vibration training.
Okay.
And then go down halfway, about right here. Now hold it again. See, here, here. Now when you do that with your young athletes, they're gonna be like, all over the place, right? But that can help to reinforce them what you're trying to teach.
Oh, okay.
Because
I love that, thank you.
Because the bar is gonna be too heavy. So it can be a broomstick, anything that you can hit
Right.
that's gonna have some type of vibration to it,
Yeah.
you can just add to it.
Okay.
5. Do you have any tricks like that for the squat?
Just slow, have them go slow.
Okay.
Slow, segment it. If you have to, just go high squat, just go low squat. You know, just break it down in the segments that they're most comfortable
Okay.
and the strongest in. But then you're gonna have to build the strength with a goblet squat or something like that.
Right. Yeah, when Jim said that about his football team, that really hit a light bulb with me.
Good.
So I never really thought about all the isometric
Yes.
tension that they're in that goblet. And
So,
that,
yeah, you guys older, I can say keep your back tight, put your lats tight, and kind of get you there pretty quick. They have no idea.
Grab the very front.
Because they don't know how to flex anything. I mean, that's where bodybuilding movements come into.
Yeah.
You know, everybody kind of learns how to flex their back and their biceps and stuff like that. They don't have a clue.
Right.
They don't have that awareness. This makes it, creates all that.
I teach him to learn how to flex with the bicep
Yeah,
first
yeah.
because it's just, I think it's one of the most easy to teach.
Yes, yes, and if they can learn that, right, then they
Right,
should
then-
learn the tricep, shoulders, everything
Right.
else, and then that's that awareness that you
8,
want.
7,
8.
8.
8, 8. That's what you did last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go 8 and like a dime, so 20 more pounds, so it'll come down a little bit better. Bolt.
Is that 8 and 10?
8 and a dime.
So like on a would you do like a technique day where I like say they did a specialty bar, you know, for a max, and then like drop it back down on a straight bar, and then like work technique more for
You mean like the
6
dynamic
singles?
day?
Well, or dynamic.
So yeah, that's what dynamic day is.
Okay. So just throw out the whole rep work scheme on the max effort day.
See, the word dynamic effort gets so many people confused because they think it's all force development. It's also light enough that it's technique development,
Okay.
right? So they don't like the dynamic effort method. Okay, let's have a technique day.
Now what's your preference bench wise, chains and bands, or would you just?
Let's get his
Okay.
set.
Move the bar over that way a little bit.
Big Aaron. Up. Hold, hold, hold. There it is. Good. Belly up. Keep it up, 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 up. You're almost there. You're almost there. And press up. There you go. Hold, hold, hold. Good. There you go. Good.
Fuck. Yeah.
Shot up like a rocket.
That's 20 more pounds than I did my last week.
No, I would cut it down. I'm sorry, shut up. All right, now to answer your question about the bands and the chains, right? For speed work, if it's a straight weight, so I showed you last night how to create your own
Yeah, how to find
3-week wave, right? So if you want to add chains, you don't have to change the weight of that weight. You don't have to change the weight of that wave at all, because the chain's deload at the bottom.
Yeah.
It only accommodates the strength curve at the top. So it could be that straight weight wave, then that same wave with chains, and then you can put the bands in the next wave. But the bands, you have to know how much tension is at the bottom, right? So if you're double, yeah. So if you're double looping a mini band,
Yeah.
it might be 30 pounds at the bottom.
Yeah.
That has to come off the bar, right? So that will adjust what that straight weight is, because that weight's still on the bar. You see the difference?
Yeah, because chain will be
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
off at the bottom,
yeah.
whereas it's still pulling.
So that's how you can rotate through.
Okay.
Is there any magic order? No. You know, is there any magic percent of accommodating resistance? Depends what you're doing. You know, it's people get too caught up in it, then they're like, oh, I need exactly 45 pounds or exactly 50 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, 20, 25%, somewhere in that range of the, was it the max weight, whatever. I would say most people with the bench are going to use a mini band. You know, just a double mini band, unless they're benching over 500 pounds, then it will probably go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe 2 mini bands or something like that. But most people, it's going to be a mini band or a micro mini band if it's under 300 pounds. So they're making it too complicated.
See, I think that's where I was overcomplicating it, because I was like doing a green mini. What is it? Monster
Yeah.
Mini? Yeah, and then like at one point I was like, what's the average band is the orange? And I'm like
Yeah.
work out, and then like after that I'm like, dude, my shoulders are just like trash. Yeah, for like.
No, I mean, there's a Circumax, there's a reason to put it in there, but you can't have too much band in there all the time because it will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know, so you put it in there to create a super compensation afterwards, but it's a short period of time. So any article that I've written on bands and chains, I have a scale in there. Like if you bench this,
Yeah.
this should be how much chain, how much band. It's simple to find. I mean,
I say it's in
Google's
that
your
bench,
friend.
it says your percentage
it's all
depending on
right in
100
there.
pounds.
So it
Yeah.
will tell you there just for normal band cycles. There are other cycles, Circumax, all this other kind of stuff. To me, that's 90% of people don't even need to look at those things because it doesn't even apply. It's just not in there. Just they can get so much just out of the regular chain setup and the regular band setup. We just kind of go that route.
Yeah.
To go any deeper into that is irrelevant.
Okay.
You know, because you're 4 or 5 years away from even having to do something like that. So people they don't want to stay with the stimulus long enough to get the progress of the stimulus. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Louis was in a discovery process when I was there, but we didn't have bands and chains for like the first 8 years I was there. We still all made progress, but what we learned is that the percentage of speed work had to go down. So when I first got there, my speed work was 405 on the bench. And that was for like a 540 bench or whatever it was. Then I went all the way down to 275. And my bench was going up throughout that process. Then when then chains came in. We had chains for like 2 years before we even had a band. Chains took my squat through the roof from, I don't know, like 780 to 840, 850, 870, like in one training cycle. And we're talking 4 chains per side. It wasn't a huge amount of chain. And the wave was 405 to 455, 4 chains per side. I remember exactly because it was a huge increase. And then 2 years later, bands come in, and then we just hook up a strong band to it. And it had that much tension at the bottom, and then it went from the 870 to 935. in one cycle. So that's why I'm like, well, you see what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this like, people want to use chains and bands that have been training for 2 years. Like, dude, I trained for 18 years or whatever it was before that. And even at Westside, we trained for all this year. Then it was 2 years of chains, then the bands came in. So I get a little confused when people are like, no, you need to start straight weight, then use chains, then use bands. Like, if you're making progress, keep doing what you're doing. Worst thing you can do is change something that's actually making progress. But the example I gave you with the chains, you know, to run it that way really doesn't, all it does is accommodate the resistance, right? Without increasing that load to a huge degree. I do think accommodating resistance is important.
Okay.
You know, I do, 100%. Now, specificity going into a meet, I don't like all that getting really close to a meet, right? Because if, say with the squats, it's almost like having two other legs if you have bands on there, because they ground you a little bit, right? So that's why people have some stability issues and stuff like that. So you can go through it, say a circle max or whatever it's going to be, but then there has to be a realization phase, you know, where it's getting into the specificity of none of that shit on there and just the straight weight peeking into the meet.